Okay, welcome back everybody to the 0 viewers I have at the moment. I'll just give it a moment. But yeah, it's Train Tuesday. I was really hoping that I'd have everything sorted out a lot earlier, of course. But you know me, always being late. Because of course I am. Anyway. After experiencing even more technical difficulties that I had not anticipated, what else is there? I'm finally here. It's 8:29 p.m. in my time zone. I'm not sure what it is in your time zone, New Face. But here we are, once again, here to look at some cursed trains from Train of Thought's Discord over at Train Facts Guy on Twitter, etc., etc. Obviously, go check out his Discord and his Twitter and his Facebook, etc., etc. Go and support him when you can. Submit as many cursed trains as permitting that you're able to think of or stumble across. And yeah. Also, of course, like, share, subscribe, etc., etc. Anyway, on to the cursed trains. Oh, yeah. Sarcasm doesn't translate through text, so sorry, I didn't know you were horsing around. Anyway, where is my tab? Is it this tab? Here it is. Let's refresh this page. And it should bring us back where we were previously. Just gonna scoot on down here. That's better. And it looks like I'm having some resolution shenanigans going on. I think this is good. Anyway. So the last time we were here on the 7th, it was... I had left a post for Mustache November, raising awareness to male-related health conditions. And this is where we need to pick up where we left off. Anyway, the following is an informative guide to any engineer stuck in the following situation. 1. Remain calm. 2. Carefully and slowly make your way to the side of the locomotive that is not slanted downward and exit the cab. 3. Walk along the railing to climb down onto the tracks. 4. Make your way to solid ground. Find a bush and push your pedals. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Too many cursed train streams? I used to do it almost daily. Now I only do it once a week. Like, I didn't think it was going to be that much, but anyway. Where was I? Because things were really getting out of hand. But yeah, I feel like... It's certified funny. Yeah. So, improved Stanier Pacific is what this says. A question of line. But I have a question of mine, and that question is, of course, what the were they thinking? Because something about this just seems fundamentally wrong. I can't put my finger on it. It's just the way that the streamlining is at the front. It's incomplete, in a sense. You ask whether it's uranium or ice cream. Why not irradiated ice cream? That is the question. Or rather, a better question. Oh, someone's responding to my post from earlier. Oh, we're gonna skip that. Another thing I'm gonna have to censor. Anyway, this one's a big fat yikes for me. Let's take a closer look at this. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, go ahead. I'm still here. I'm listening. Or reading the comments in chat, I should say. But yeah, I don't know how you make such a terrible mistake. I do know that there is a historically... What was I going to say? Historically, there was a issue with maintenance of way vehicles finding themselves on the main line while there's oncoming traffic, and for one reason or another, this happens a lot more than it should, at least from what I remember reading many years back. Oh yeah. Of course, welcome everybody. It's always glad... I am always glad to see you all here. I'm assuming that's day, month, year. So, March 16th, 2008. I don't remember what happened that day. But yeah, this is a big fat yikes for me in terms of just the sheer carnage. Usually it's the maintenance of way vehicles that go to the wayside. No pun intended. So let's see what Doll Fallen Flag has to say. That is a big yikes. I look at this, and the first thing that comes to mind is that sound effect of Legos breaking apart. Oh, good night. I didn't know you'd have to enter and leave so quickly. So, is this a boiler explosion? This can't be a boiler explosion. Because otherwise it wouldn't be all out on the side. Wait a minute. Wait, this is a Photoshop. They're pulling my leg again. What the is this? Oh. I was unaware of this. Anyway, so this is a pretty good Photoshop. The lighting's off, but still, I have to give him kudos for fooling me for a second. Now this is good. This is good. Just all sorts of nonsense. It reminds me of a GIF from a few streams ago, where there was just this shed crossing a railroad crossing on a model train layout. The jet-powered snowblower in Europe. And, ooh, that actually looks kind of nice. But it also looks like something out of Balloon's Tower Defense. Like, I don't even know where to begin with that. Just gonna scoot the mic a little back. Speaking of which, I forgot to mention, I finally have a new light in my room. So now I can actually see things a lot better on my desk. Oh no! Speaking of updates, what is this? What on earth is this atrocity? Oh boy. Oh boy. And then we got ourselves, I think this is China's National Railway. They're debuting a new line, I guess, because they won't stop making high-speed rail lines. It has scale track on it, but I don't think it's got any... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, this looks so wrong. I can tell it's Photoshop because the lighting is off, but it's still wrong on so many levels. Looks like something straight from a kid's set. And then there's whatever this is. I think it's a rail inspection vehicle, but that doesn't negate the, what the... Hurry. And this one's a repost. It says golf cart, but it's misspelled for some reason. My dude, you're not supposed to be you're not supposed to be looking at that stuff. You're not supposed to be a distracted driver. Like, I swear. Ever since that collision back in 2008, it's been prohibited by the Federal Railroad Administration to operate things like cell phones and stuff while using a locomotive. Yeah, the locomotive was kind of fancy now that you mention it. But yeah, you shouldn't be fooling around with equipment like this, and you shouldn't be a distracted driver or fireman. Space trains I made in Gmod. High quality builds. Cute smiley face. Cat smiley face. Hey Lois, remember that one time we were watched by a railroad driver? I'm sorry, I can't do the voice low enough. So we got ourselves the 3-6 Magellan. We got ourselves the 3-7 Train of Destiny. I forget what the 222 is. We've got the 3-4, the 3-5, which I think actually has some elements missing. I don't remember what this one is, and I don't remember what this one is, but here's the roster. And then there's just some fan-made content. Not gonna lie, pretty impressive what you can do with Gary's mod. Oh no, not this again. Robot engine built in Japan is driven by remote control. Yeah, this one's a repost. So yeah, it's just RC powered. Oh no! What? These crimes against humanity! What is this? Oh no! It's time to stop. It's time to stop, okay? Where is Railfan Lloyd's parents? Who are their parents? I need to call Child Protective Services because it's time to stop. Gosh dang it. Anyway. The tiniest little shunter. It just says Effie or Ethel. I don't know what it says. What is the tiniest thing? Not the smallest or tiniest ever that we've seen, but it's definitely up there. I have not played League of Legends in ages, and I think it's good that I quit while I was ahead, because I was just tired of being stuck in ELO, and I knew that it was just gonna keep pairing me against comparably competent people, and I didn't like that. Like, I could have a good streak, and then there'd be a course correction in my ELO stats in solo queue. It was a nightmare. Yes, unfortunately, it has been since replaced with a crippling addiction to Pokemon Go. Ooh, the Kawasaki engine. I actually have a model of this. This was one of the Kawasaki 444 high-speed steam locomotives that I think was operated in Manchukuo, the Chinese puppet state of the Japanese Empire back during the Second World War. This is the first paint scheme. There was a second paint scheme that was all blue, and then the final paint scheme was camouflage because it was supposed to be disguised during operations during the Korean War. because that's where it wound up or something. I'm trying to remember. Was Korea part of Manchukuo during the imperial expansion, or was this just part of the external empire on the mainland of Asia, and it just found its way onto Korea? Or was it always in Korea? Or was it in China then Korea? Or I don't know. My head is spinning. Let's just take a look at the goofy Actually, no, wait. I don't think I need to show you all because I actually have it on my milestone video. But in case you need to avoid going off this page, I'll just showcase it here. Hello. Okay, so it doesn't look like I'm yeah, I'm not making much progress. There it is. More images. And where'd all the images I wanted go? What happened? Okay, so I want to see this image, and it is not showing the image. Why did it show in the thumbnail but nowhere else? Maybe if we go here, it'll show me. Yeah, this is one of those really super duper goofy locomotives, if this page will even load. Yeah, it's definitely not cooperating, so gosh dang it. Gosh dang it all. Site could not be reached. Actually, let's try Google Images. Maybe they'll have a better chance. 444. Gosh dang it. My mom is listening to something really loud. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, so now we're getting some better images. Okay, so there were... Oh, yeah. And it looks like it's from... We got some stuff available on Haddon's. 1/87 scale. Ooh! Ooh, you have good news. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, so this is what the original paint job was like. Just super duper cursed. If I can even get the image. Yeah, this is what it used to look like at first. Took a night train video. This is Norfolk Southern. Okay. And you have $1. Whoopee! And this is the second paint job that it would have in its lifetime. And obviously this one is the final paint job it would have. If memory serves correctly from an article I saw many years ago. That's good. It's always great to be a member and to have all the perks. Let's flip and go. So, this is the final paint job. Apparently, all the locomotives that were of the 444 configuration from Kawasaki didn't survive the war, the Korean War, so they are all lost to history. Ooh, that looks like a nice 444, but yeah, I'm getting distracted. Let's get back to all the goodies. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! What the is this? I've never seen a tank engine like this before. Like, it looks so completely modded out of its gourd. Central Pacific Railroad, no less. Oh, me. just where do I begin? It's a 464 locomotive. I like its novel approach, but it's got double cow catchers, and it's a side tank engine, but it has a rear tender bit here for fueling, presumably anthracite coal, and it's just all sorts of weird. Wears a jacket in summer. Yeah. And then we got this atrocity. I think I've seen multiple versions of this recreated by AHM back in the day. Just a 040 switcher locomotive with the slope tender and the rear headlamp. Both in just regular versions and in saddle tank versions like this one. But it still doesn't make up for the fact that it just looks so terrifying. How are those pictures? Oh no, what is this? What is this? What on earth is this? I can't read this because it looks like it's in a different language. But oh my gosh. It's a decapod with no pilot or trailing wheels, a full cab, a fully enclosed cab, at least in the back, and a rear tender, for some reason, with a brake van type segments slash doghouse. But like, ayo, what the is this? Just completely bonkers, I swear. Like, I'm assuming the fuel is stored up here or something, and it's able to be just shoveled into here, and this is just for water, because ain't no way that coal's going to be taken over here, unless it's oil-fired. Then that might be a possibility for this to pass through more efficiently. But I don't know what to assume. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no no! No no no! No no! No 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 no! Southern Pacific, why? You always have these weird janky switchers. Just, where do I begin with this mistake? Like, it's got this up here, it's got a funny funnel here, it's got practically no valve gear, if any, and it's got some other stuff in the back here. No, wait, that's probably a pillar in the background. And then there's whatever this is. Just a complete mess. I don't know why anybody would design something like this. It's like someone just took a bunch of parts from a scrapyard and were like, screw it, we're just going to make a locomotive out of this. Now, what is this? I have many questions. I have so many questions. Namely the funnel. Like, what the is with this funnel up here? It would be distracting enough to have whatever this is going on over here. Something from a pageant, I'm assuming? Oh, that's nice to hear. Thank you. Thank you. And I should be able to close this tab. Oh, yeah. We've already seen that before. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's so adorable, but also simultaneously cursed. It is blurst. Definitely blurst. And then I think... Oh, wait! This is even weirder than some of the ones we've seen in the past. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's got the rear segment here, and it's only got 2 driving wheels instead of the regular 4 I would have expected. I thought it would have been a 0-4 4, but it's a 224. Just all sorts of right here. Just, oh man. This is all sorts of wrong. Oh boy. Oh boy, just me. A 7 out of 10? Or a 7 out of 7? Or a 7 out of 100? I may need some more context as FFS fan. Especially, like, oh, 7 out of 10. Not the worst thing ever, not the best thing ever. I don't know, I'm sure you'll be able to get it up in the next exam. Or assignment, or whatever it was. Or was it supposed to be a 7 in English total? Now I've got all the questions. The TikTok Clockworks Engine by Ian Shimwell. Yeah. Oh, it's even worse. It's on wood tracks. It would be weird enough if it was just like some sort of a tin plate toy and they just stuck a watch in front of it and it was clockwork powered, but they stuck it on Brio tracks because all, I guess. Oh boy. And that wraps up that. Deviant art moments. Yeah, deviant art moments, but not the worst. Oh, I see, I see. Did you tell your teacher that? Because normally when there's a teammate that slacks off, usually they're the one that suffers, in my experience. Because usually there's like a review from all the teammates in the form of a survey saying, of this person you teamed up with, how reliable were they out of 10 for this assignment? I think we got this one in the past. And then we got this atrocity. Not this one. This one. Just a fake imitation of the real deal right here. Because this is where it's at. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that. But that's kind of why... That's kind of why I was a little apprehensive to stream earlier in the past. But maybe that's just me. But if you need to study, go ahead and study. Or do some other things related to that. By all means. Now, this is an articulated locomotive, the likes of which seems vaguely familiar, but it's still cursed. Like, I don't know where to begin. I don't know where to end. Because the front and the end are functionally the same, save for the pilot truck. Oh, I see, I see. But anyway. So yeah, this looks like it's actually part of a website. So let's see. Articulated tank engine, one of the 3280, 080 Kitson-Mayer type engines belonging to the Great Southern Railway of Spain. Driving wheels are 4-foot diameter. It's got 14 3/4 by 24-inch bore, pistons, working pressure, blah blah blah, tractive effort, more details here. And then there's even more stuff like this former Atlantic type engine of the Northeastern Railway by rebuilds by the LNER with booster driven trailing bogie. Oh boy. flexibility on curves. Bayer Garrett. Got some more cursed Garretts. Got ourselves a Malay right here. And then the triplex. And then we got whatever this is. I'm hoping that there's more of these from the original poster. Because some of this stuff is just crazy. And I think we've seen this one before in the past, so... Anyway. This person says they have no idea what it is and why it was made. It never entered service. I sure do wonder why. Oh gosh, what is this? What kind of atrocity is this? It's like a 060 on this end and a 040 on this end. And it's all held together just like a flatbed car that's supposed to be for... I can't imagine what they would have wanted this for. It's just completely nuts. Just complete and utter madness. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no, oh no! No! Why would you do this? Why is there so much fire? My Santa Fe 3751, no! Why? Why must you suffer like this? Why must you suffer like this? And then we got ourselves this. Yes, I think I can. It will be easier with a little help from my conductor. The DBOE package. It's just a cartoon, but like, what's wrong with this? Maybe it's cringe. Because of its design being all janky and... But still not the worst thing we've seen today. The Taco Bell problem. Oh boy. No idea what this is. There was no description for this image where I found it. I think we've seen this before. It's supposed to... Was it a battery electric locomotive? From the SNCF? Yeah, that is definitely something that the scout from TF2 would say. Anyway, the Siemens and Halsk Warnerwerk electric locomotive circa 1879. Wait, this is electric? I thought this was diesel. And here it is from a different angle. Clearly just a demonstrator of sorts. Bro, not even trying here. Yeah, that's what it says. According to the poster, O'Dinny B. But I could have swore that this locomotive was supposed to be one of the first diesel mechanical locomotives ever. But what would I know? There's a reason I have the post-it note on my head. Just take a nice look at the running gear. Yeah, that's gonna be a big yikes for me. Just, holy... Man. It never ceases to amaze me. The kinds of things that people just imagine. But this definitely screams... tell me you're an artist who doesn't understand the fundamentals of railway mechanical engineering without saying that you have no idea how that kind of mechanical engineering works. It doesn't even follow the White or French notation, because it's got a drive wheel, then another weight-supporting axle, and then another drive axle, and then another loose wheel set / axle, and then another drive axle, and they're all messed up. Just a huge mess. A mishap. Never would have guessed. Yeah, this one's a repost. Still a good one, though. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And we got ourselves an edgelord here for basically naming this after the manifesto from the Unabomber. What has science done? And then there's whatever this is. Oh, just holy. The freckles. The freckles just takes the cake when it comes to this giant wedding turd cake of a mess. Just holy. Definitely gonna get deleted soon. Or eventually, I should say. And this was from Cali Pepper. Said, I was literally just looking for regular locomotive photos when Google showed me this. Yeah, that's a big yikes. And then there's this armored rail vehicle. It's got the tiniest little wheels over here and this giant mortar gun just out over here. Like, how on earth do you power this? Is there just some dude who's using a bunch of... Yeah. Oh boy, gotta translate to English. Okay. There we go. Should have done that the first time I started this stream. But yeah, no jokes about it. Or no bones about it, because this is just all sorts of weird. Like, this is some Wile E. Coyote here. I swear. Okay. I just got a notification from Reddit. So yeah, this is just all sorts of wrong. It looks like somebody's just supposed to, like, pedal using bicycle pedals to get the wheels going. Because there's no way a whole steam boiler and piston assembly is going to fit under there. Ooh, this one's really weird. General Electric Brazil. Vercobrasilia.jor.br. Oh boy. This one's a big yikes. Yeah, I think Train of Thought just did a video about that. Some narrow gauge locomotives from, like, Baldwin Locomotive Works did go and see some action on the Western Front. I feel like we've seen this before. So there's Gordon's Dome. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Anyway, so this is all sorts of wrong, but something we're familiar with. What I think is crazy, though, is that it's got hidden pistons. They're concealed on the inside. You don't see the valve gear outside. But the drive rods are still out there, even though the piston rods aren't. Oh! This is cute except for the rubber tires. This still exists in Paris. I don't know what it is about the French and their tired metros. I am tired of their tired metros. Those gosh dang mother metros. I wish they'd take a hint and actually use steel rail and steel wheels all the way instead of partially or none at all. It's just... It drives me up the wall. Okay. You have a good one, Madam... New Face, Madam Ye. But yeah, this is the modern version of it. It still looks like a crime against man. Another question. Always saw a narrow gauge engine in a flatbed connected to normal trucks. I personally haven't seen that before. Anyway, they also made. Oh wait, someone's replying to another message. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No no! This is all sorts of wrong. Michelin, le number one autorise ne créé par nur Michelin. I'm assuming it's supposed to be another tired metro, except in this case the tires are supposed to function as the wheels and they just added extra flanges behind it. Why do I hate tired metros? Because they're completely antithetical to what rail transit is supposed to be. And here it is again from a different angle. Also, I think one of the reasons is that I really don't like vulcanized rubber. That stuff is really toxic. And it not only is toxic when people are in their presence for too long. Say, for example, you make a house out of them. Okay. So where was I? So tire metros take all the worst elements from public transits on rail and public transit by bus. Because you get the rolling resistance of a bus and the friction associated with a bus and all the inefficiencies associated with that, which undermines having a train in the first place. Because the point of a train is that it's efficient to move large quantities of goods or people because the metal wheels on the metal rails are supposed to have a low friction coefficient. This obviously causes trouble for any sort of tractive motors on a locomotive, for example, or any powered bogies and axles. But for all the other rail cars that are unpowered, it's actually good to have slip. As long as you're not braking, of course. This is Roblox. Not particularly cursed. This is a repost of some sort. Hold on, I'm going to make some adjustments to my audio. Let's see. Filter, edit filter. Let's bring the gain down to like 8. Okay, that should bring things down a little bit, and I can probably bring the mic a little bit closer. Because I don't want it to be too far away, but I don't want it to be too close. I gotta find that Goldilocks zone. So let's see, where is that tab again? Sometimes I can hardly recognize it. Let's see. I don't know why somebody made this, but I hate it. Oh, I just closed the tab. They turned the Pennsylvania T1 into a cab forward for some reason. I can't imagine why. It's not showing on the screen, but you'll get the idea. Oh. Did she give a reason? I'm pretty sure it was a good one, but I'm always curious. Tokusatsu Choo Choo, regular cursed train nonsense that I'd expect from overseas. Anyway, Radioisotopics says the Johnstone. Imagine a Farley, but the cylinders are on the loco's frames and not on the bogies. Ooh, I have a headache just looking at this. But I think we've seen this before. It's from the nationalized railway for the government of Mexico, I think. Do these count as cursed? Kind of. Not the worst we've seen, but that's just glitchiness there. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, nice day. Got some extra crashes here, but pretty mundane stuff. Anyway, the 222 Oka 1 at the Stacha Museum in Warsaw, Poland. I think we've seen this before, just at a better angle than this. But yeah, the pistons here, running gears here, central driving axles here. Super goofy. Scoth twin. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. It's just all sorts of wrong. Callie Pepper, what you got this time? Take a close look at the face. Oh no, it's Gary. Gary, no. And it says Spencer. And they still have the face. They just painted over it. Just holy. This is so wrong on so many levels. Ooh. I don't know how you did it, but I appreciate the input anyway. But yeah, this is all sorts of wrong here. And then there's... Oh no. Oh, battery operated. Oh boy. Oh boy. Just all sorts of wrong here. It looks like it's made from Lego. But let's start at the beginning. In the beginning. Oh, she did say yes. Okay. Now, this is a super tiny Shay. Not gonna lie, I always wanted to see something like this. I think somebody made it at one point out of Lego somewhere, and I think there may actually be something like this in real life. I'm not so sure about that, but I have to double check. And then there's whatever this is. Oh boy. Locomotive in the roundhouse well again. Gotta take a nice gander at this cringe right here. And what's with this hook? I don't know where to begin to articulate my feelings on that. And then we got ourselves the battery operated. Got ourselves the logging railroad that uses logs for rails. We got this atrocity, which for some reason doesn't have a headlamp and the plow looks funny. But yeah. Ooh, the Bavarian-made BR98.3, aka the Glass Custom, or Glass Box. I think we've seen this in the past, but it's always a welcome... It's always a welcome locomotive here on the Cursed Trains channel over at Train of Thoughts Discord. Time to go for that beer run. True. This is the only good or right way to do it. No questions asked. Stick Death Train. Here's an old walkthrough for one of those old Stickman Death Flash games featuring an incredibly disgraceful depiction of a locomotive. Oh gosh, and it's got the public domain music from Kevin MacLeod. But yeah, this is an atrocity if I ever saw it. The Flying Badger. But yeah, that should be... Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't need to see that to get a rough idea of what's going on. Let's see, we got ourselves the rail motor unit once again. So let's head on over to Radioisotopic's other post. John Snowplow, weird critter, a high-pressure pulverized lignite-burning condensing locomotive from Germany. PRR-owned French-built Deglen compound and a 3-foot gauge steam tram powered by bleach. I don't know how that works, but okay. But yeah, I think we've seen the Snowplow before. That doesn't make it any less shocking. This just looks like something straight out of Railroads Online. The spin... Oh wait, she says, of course you can spend 9 pesos to buy a membership to the page channel. Besides, they are good streams. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm a little skeptical of that statement's validity, but I appreciate it nevertheless. And then we got ourselves that condenser loco. We got whatever this is. And there's that bleach logo, but I don't think it actually ran on bleach proper. It ran on something that I think turned into bleach. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it relied on a certain type of soda. Not like drinking soda, but like... Let's try images again. So you should be able to type this in here. Soda locomotive. Soda locomotive. I'm happy too. But yeah, soda locomotives are variants of fireless locomotives in which steam was raised in a boiler, expanded through cylinders in the usual way, and then condensed into a tank of caustic soda. That's what it is. Sodium hydroxide, also known as lye, and caustic soda, an inorganic compound with the formula NaOH that surrounded the boiler, dissolving water in caustic soda liberated heat, which generated more steam from the boiler until the caustic soda became too dilute to release any more heat at a useful temperature. But yeah, sodium hydroxide, that stuff is not to be trifled with. Sodium hydroxide, highly corrosive alkali that decomposes lipids and proteins at ambient temperatures and may cause severe chemical burns. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. Degrease... Oh wait, okay. Other common uses of sodium hydroxide include degreasing metals, oil refining, making dyes, and bleaches. Bleach disambiguation, generic name for chemical product process called bleaching, specifically refers to a dilute solution of sodium hypochlorite, which is different from the other sodium compound, which was, come on, work for me. Yeah, sodium hydroxide versus bleaches, which were specifically, yeah, hypochlorite versus hydroxide. Big difference, but still very caustic. Ooh, you have a new badge. I hadn't thought of it, but good for pointing that out. So, got ourselves the soda train again. And all the other goodies here. Let's see. D-Man Squidward, my beloved. The reply is this. Oh no, it's Handsome Squidward. It's Handsome Squidward, no. Just no way. It needs to stop. This is complete and total madness. Just make it stop. Oh boy. I think I gotta have a heart attack. Anyway, Jamel Lau says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Oh boy, not this again. Just, oh man. The dodecapod. And then we got ourselves a 620 here with a funny funnel that has a little lever that closes the hatch here. We got ourselves another high-pressure steam locomotive from a previous stream, which for some reason has really dinky trucks on the tender for some reason. Wait, why is it a bad evening now? What happened? But yeah, process of construction. And there's just all sorts of wrong with this thing. But it looks like there's some other valve gear nonsense that I hadn't noticed before. And this one has a booster truck because, holy, that is completely nuts. Let's take a closer look at this thing. Like, the booster truck's right here is just completely nuts. And it looks like there's a smokestack for some reason. Oh, yeah, but that's what we come here for. To enjoy the cursed atrocities of man that have been engineered in the name of progress. That we know as cursed trains. Like this one, the dwarf, used by the engineering departments in 1862. Which engineering department? Who knows? And more importantly, who cares? Oh no, it's another... Oh! Wait. Come back here, you little... Because you know what this is from? I know that logo from a mile away. It's...
the Milwaukee Road.
Hey! That's what I'm talking about. That's what we've been waiting for. Let's flip and go. But the jankiest saddle tank that I've ever seen. Just completely geometric in shape. And I think this is a repost. Oh! This is the wrong button. Just, oh man, this is a big fat yikes. From the M&NW Railroad. I don't know what that means, but I hate it. It's a 242. It's adorable. It's gross. I hate that. I can't lie. I can't help but feel like I like it too as well. I hate that I love it. I love that I hate it. That's all I can say about this locomotive. Because it's clearly an inspection vehicle because it's got two plows on each side. Oh, are we having streaming difficulties this evening? I did see that it was complaining a while back. But it seems like I've got... it looks like it's good on my end. So I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe it's rain. I'm not sure if it's raining where you are. But I know the rain doesn't help sometimes. Oh, okay. Take your time. And that wraps up that post from Hamelau. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? Steam Team says, I hate political cartoons. Hi, welcome to the Biden train repair. Lacks the ratings of Trump train wreck. Yeah. Wait, are they trying to describe the wreck on Joe, or are they describing it on Trump? Or is it both? I don't know. I'll dig into it deeper later. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! This is one of those 1/8 scale things, isn't it? This cheeky little... Oh man, this is all sorts of wrong. And they couldn't even be bothered to paint the wheels the right color. Oh man, just me. And then there's whatever this is. I can't knock him for trying, but holy, is this weird. I like that it's weird, but I'm a little worried that the main linkage rod between the axles is hooked up to the wheels in such a way that the circumference is greater than the wheel set, so it can't take turns. And it looks like it's angled on a slope, so that makes it even weirder. Now that I think about it, I sometimes wonder why they don't always use vertical boilers on cog railways. Because the locomotives are so tiny from the start. And then we got this roofless cab switcher with some sort of pannier tank of some sort, or some weird combination of side tank, whatchamadoozits. And a classic train wreck, because why not? I don't know how it landed there, but this is over at the Colliery train accidents in Southmore, the locomotive 3980. And this is just a sinkhole. Just, oh man. I wish I could say I was surprised, but there's an entire episode of Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends that's dedicated to this kind of nonsense. Ooh, train in water! Train swimming in water! More than knee-deep at Creek on the Great Western Railway, which for some reason they spell Creech. Last month's Mono Moments by Colin Gifford, with his pictures of trains plowing along flooded tracks, prompted a look in the Southwest Archive for similar photos. This image was the result of surely one of the earliest pictures of a train passing through floods. The print, sent by the National Railway Museum with a press release many years ago, simply describes the scene as the flooding at Creek, Great Western Railway, November 1894. Looks like the train is heading into deeper water still. Presumably something something. We have to remake the something something while the something 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 something. I can't read the rest of that because the scan was too awful. And we got ourselves another train plowing into a tractor once again. I wish I could say this happened less often than is showcased here, but unfortunately it happens way too often in rural areas. In fact, you could actually experience a rail collision if you play this one game. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like a Finnish stock racing game where your objective is to make a really souped up rally car. That's what it was. It was a rally car. You're supposed to build your own rally car in some sort of Scandinavian country, and you have to do that while avoiding dying because you can die in the game. And you can set the difficulty so it's like super duper hard, where if you die you have to start all over again, or you just respawn at the house on easy mode. And one of the problems that I think one YouTuber had was that he got hit by a train when he was operating the tractor with the trailer behind it. I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember this YouTuber's name? It'll come to me. I might be able to check my subscriptions. But yeah, just gonna take a quick look over Mia. Over at... Oh gosh, I have over 800 subscriptions. That's not it, that's not it, that's not it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not it. I barely made a dent in how many things I've subscribed to. But just as a reminder, it's the YouTuber that has that rainbow frog as his avatar for some reason. Thomas commits cultural insensitivity again. I'm not sure if I want to actually showcase this, so I'm just going to open this in a new tab. Copy message link. Alt tab. Gonna paste it here so you don't have to look at it. Oh, this isn't the worst thing I've seen. It basically is just supposed to be one of those little toy Thomas trains that we saw earlier, but it's painted like it's supposed to represent someone from the rainforest in Brazil. Yeah, I am a VTuber now. Anyway, where was I? Bob Ross 4449 has this. I feel like we've seen this before, but that doesn't make it any less shocking. Especially with this funnel that's disproportionately large. But this 240 just definitely needs to stop. Oh, and there's some reactions to it. Let's add some reactions. Let's see what reactions we got. We got this one where it says that Thomas has never seen like this before. I'll try this one. To change your life for good. Yeah, I have switched over from being a liver to a VTuber. So yeah, coordination, Photoshop, some stuff I found on Wish. This is, I think, some Lepin stuff. Now this one, I was not expecting this one, but this is supposed to be the train from Demon Slayer, if I am to infer from all the tentacle stuff here. Though I don't think the scale of this locomotive does it justice to the actual locomotive that was used in the Mugen train. Mugen meaning infinite. But yeah, this is cursed. Cursed decorations. Oh no, they didn't even try on this one. Just, why would they even bother getting out of bed to design something like this? And we got this one from a previous post ages ago. We got this atrocity, which I don't know where to begin. We got ourselves some papercraft. Ooh, that's nice. Still cursed, but I can't knock them for trying because there are clear technical limitations with papercraft. But this can go rot in a ditch. The latest technology, my left foot. But yeah, this... And they couldn't even spell light properly. It just says lie. And that's what this train is. A big fat lie. And I don't even know what to make of this, because it's just a huge mess. Just all sorts of wrong. Oh, and there's a few more. Trick flip locomotive. That's weird, but I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. And then there's whatever this is. They weren't even trying on this one. But it does look like it's motorized. So I can't... Oh, no, wait, it's not motorized. I can see the segments of plates and blocks here holding it all together. But yeah, this is an atrocity. A crime against man. I like this edit. It's just nom 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 nom. But yeah, this is a great edit. It's something we've seen in the past. Definitely fantastic. Derail Studios. I don't know what they're cooking here. But this... Yeah, this looks all sorts of wrong. Not in the way that it's supposed to, but wrong nevertheless. Like, there's this extra axle here on the wheel set that's not supposed to be there as far as I can tell. And let's see, the Vulcan Duplex. This engine was owned and operated by the... it was operated by Construction Company Incorporated. And it just says... And it looks like it looks like this is the body of a Shea locomotive or a Hazeler or a Climax or something, and they just stuck regular articulated running gear on the bottom. Go ahead. But yeah, this is all sorts of yikes. So yeah, this is the technical diagram. Not sure if we want to see it close up, but I just thought you should know. Okay. Just gonna pop over here for a sec. Okay. Moving on. Derail Studios has the... Oh. It's another Photoshop. Like, come on, man. I expect better from you. The more janky Photoshops. This one's Army, of course. And this is just the NE instead of LNER. LNER again. And back where we started. Okay. So, what's the deal with this one?
Oh, don't thank me. Thank that.
Grand old engine, that. 90 years old.
Yes, and good for another 90.
The train just explodes. No context whatsoever. I'm just going to copy this, paste it in a new tab so we can just full screen it easier. Oh. I'm assuming you're watching the stream on your phone and it won't let you play two different tabs at the same time. But yeah, this is great. Let me just pause it for a sec. Okay.
Don't thank me. Thank that.
Grand old engine, that. 90 years old.
Yes, and good for another 90.
It just explodes with no context. I love it. I love it. Oh, sorry. I need to get back over here. Okay. Not here. Here. Okay. Okay. This is where we left off. So this one just looks like truncated nonsense with a big tender. More truncated nonsense. I think the truncated stuff looks a little bit better now that I think about it. Just gonna adjust myself in my seat. Okay, yeah, that's better. Let's see, the Prussian 222, who only had enough water in her cone-shaped boiler to run for half an hour, and no water tanks elsewhere. I don't know why anybody would bother. But I feel like we've seen this one before. And I'm sure we will see it again in the future. But this just makes it even all the more cursed, knowing that this could hardly function. Oh, I see, I see. More average 3D modelers making steam trains. But this is a little too small, so let's zoom in. Yeah, this is just all sorts of wrong. Janky valve gear and everything. Trailing wheels, too. I swear, sometimes I just don't know what kind of Welsh coal they're smoking. And I am assuming this is the cover to an old vinyl album, which has no context to it whatsoever. And that's what makes this all the more terrifying. Like, who thought this was a good idea? It's a 6-wheeled all-terrain vehicle on the beach. You know what happens to vehicles on the beach, right? Right? They get washed in by the tide. That's what happens almost every single time there's a vehicle on the beach. Because people park their stuff too close to the water's edge. On low tide. Now this is all sorts of wrong in its own right. With the plow and the buffers. But this didn't actually belong to an actual locomotive, so I can't knock him for making this. But this looks kind of weird. I don't know why this would be on Shutterstock, of all places. They just made a... I forget. It's not the T1, but it's similar. It just has 6 pilot and trailing wheels instead of the regular 4 of a T1. But yeah, not the worst thing I've seen. But I don't know. I'll let you deliberate on that. Got ourselves another repost of another cursed locomotive, which looks more cursed every time I see it for some reason. Like, I'm just looking at this right now, and I just realized that the boiler's over here, the fuel is here, water is here, but the drive rods and all the running gear is over here. Just, who thought this was a good idea? Let's see, we got ourselves a really janky paint scheme once again for a heavy Pacific locomotive, but we have to give them brownie points because it is
The Milwaukee Road.
So yeah, there's that. And then there's whatever this is. Stupid wrong buttons again. But yeah, this is just a big fat yikes for me. Like, it's just some sort of janky slug locomotive, but I have a feeling this isn't real, that this is just some random bull. So let's copy this image and dump it onto this here. This is another cursed locomotive from ages ago that I was looking up for thumbnails. So let's see where the source of this is. Oh gosh, it's real! Holy, it's real! They actually made a brass model out of it. Oh gosh. Overland models. Southern Pacific Slug, numbers 1000 to 1002, Class AF 600. Just holy. Oh man, that... Oh gosh, that's so wrong. So wrong on so many levels. And they have it on Railroad Picture Archives too. Oh man! But this one has a different wheel arrangement. But yeah, rail fin. Oh man, it's just completely bonkers. November 1974. Just me. It's completely off the wall. But I can't help them for making cost-cutting measures. You only need one cab. After all. Got ourselves a repost. Actually, wait a minute. Let me go back here. Does this say Hamburg? The Matchitz and Hamburg Railway. And this is the Mississippi locomotive. But the way it just looks like... the way the lettering is positioned here, now that I look at it, it just looks like hamburger. And I'm pretty sure with a little bit of Photoshop, somebody could make it that way. And this is just a Photoshop of the Union Pacific turbine locomotives, which are cursed in their own right. Let's see, welded boiler steam engine and its experimental funnel. We've seen this one before. This is that high pressure locomotive, I think. World's first fusion welded locomotive boiler was built by the American Locomotive Corporation and installed by the Delaware and Hudson in 1937. The purpose was to reduce internal corrosion, case maintenance, and cleaning, and to reduce the weight without loss of strength. The white placards and the compressor guards over the pilots were not part of the resulting treatment. They were ICC notifications. Yeah, I still have the Milwaukee Road sound. I just used it a few minutes ago.
The Milwaukee Road.
Oh wait, no. Are these both the same thing? Oh lord, that makes it even worse. Anyway, this is equipped with an experimental boiler. For 6 weeks after the new welded boiler was installed, she was tested outside the shops with a temporary stack. After the work was completed, she went into the service. The ICC inspected her every 3 months for several years until finally satisfied with her freedom from leaks and lifted the ban on welded boiler fabrication. Well, apparently there was a ban on welded boilers for some reason. I'm assuming because many decades before, there must have been some sort of a boiler explosion. And this is just dumb Photoshop again. Yes, this is a British Rail Mark I coach coupled to an American caboose. This posting from Old Sea Witch. But yeah, that's kind of weird. I don't know why that's happening, but there's nothing exceptional about it. M-Trans. Now this is one that definitely deserves a... Yeah, I can't help but love this. I feel like this is from the subreddit Trans, with lots and lots of A's, or its successor Trans 2. Because apparently the original subreddit got closed because the moderators just didn't want to have to deal with the new API fees associated with some of the programs they needed for auto moderation or something. I don't quote me on that, but yeah, this gets my vote of approval. Anyway, this is the locomotive from Tasrail, or the Tasmanian Railway. Super cursed looking, super goofy. And I had a tab of it over here. This is a more recent image from 2011. But yeah, that cab just looks like something straight out of a Lego set. I can't lie. Like a 1990s Lego locomotive. And I don't know what's going on here that makes it cursed. Is it just that there's It looks kind of smoky in there. Is there something going on? I don't know. I guess I'll never know. And then there's just this British rail locomotive with a Photoshop paint job. Sorry, I was just checking something. Oh boy. Oh boy, multi-track drifting. Just two dudes up at the harbor. And then this happens. You call that drifting? Yeah, this is how you fail at drifting. But if you fail catastrophically enough at something, then it becomes a win. Now I have a strange feeling this is just a 3D rendering of something that was an old cartoon for some reason. Just looking at the face here. Because that face looks vaguely familiar. For one reason or another. But yeah, just all sorts of weird. And the running gear isn't even finished. So yeah, there's that. Sea Witch at it again. Oh, the Muzzle Express. Oh no. Just off. Just whoever made this can go right and off, because oh man, this is so poorly executed. Like, what am I supposed to make of this? It's a great idea, super cursed idea, but it's just all sorts of wrong. Just who in their right mind thought that this was a good idea? Just me. We've got ourselves another post here. This time it's with Thomas instead of somebody else. And then there's whatever this is. I have no idea what to make of this, but it's supposed to be like a Photoshop car train thingamajig. Anyway. Jackalis says, the models of a really bad sci-fi movie filmed with model trains. Before you ask me, I don't recall what the name of it is. Was this from a movie? I could have swore this is just something straight from, what's it called? The Bradford Exchange. Like, this is some of their collector sets, and one of them is the UFO collector set, which you have to pay in installments for each and every rail car. Actually, I should be able to check out the Bradford Exchange right now. Bradford Exchange, Bradford Exchange, Bradford Exchange. So let's see, shop by theme, military movies, Kincaid. We spit on the grave of Thomas Kincaid. So where are the trains? Well, it's not even there. So we got the collector's trains. I don't think much would change. 'Cause if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes... I don't remember the rest of the lines. And I'm sorry for sounding a little flat there. I just kind of went into it straight. So I know it's here somewhere. Let's see, Star Trek collection, Star Wars, POW, MIA, Batman. Anyway, that's beside the point. Point is, there are a bunch of search results here, and I know I'm going to find it eventually. Actually, it might be... here it is! The UFO Express. Quote-unquote precision-scaled train set with light-up locomotive, glow-in-the-dark cars, and sculpted scenes. Free track set, power pack, speed controller. Individual trains can run... Train cars can run on HO gauge train track. Complete oval track measures 47 inches by 38 inches. And there's a bunch of issues that you get out. So the first issue, you get the UFO Interstellar Express Diesel loco. Issue 2 is the B unit engine and free track set. Issue 3 is Welcome to Roswell flat car with crashed spaceship sculpture. And then there's subsequent issues which they don't articulate because they want to pull every last dime out of you by getting a bunch of duplicate cars, I think, or something. I don't know. That's the wrong your. It's supposed to be Y-O-U-R for possessive. You have said your as in you are. Anyway, so we found what we were looking for. And I swear this image is so deep fried. So tiny. Actually, I really want to go back to that tab again. History, Interstellar Express, because I should be able to see a full image in a new tab, or not. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that is very unfortunate. Because I wanted to see a better zoomed in image of this, but it's not gonna let me. Nope, no, I don't want to add that to my cart. Curse you, Bradford Exchange. Pray. Yeah, that is a big yikes from me. That is just complete and utter terror. Me. Like, I don't know how you get your maintenance vehicle up on platforms like that, but ain't no way whatever they're doing is going to be easy by any measure, considering it's perpendicular to the tracks. Unless, of course, there's a central hydraulic lift that it spins around on a central axis. Kind of like old-timey speeders from the 1950s and stuff. This is a 010. The front and rear wheels are driven by special gears on the axles. Really? That might explain some of it, but why gears? What would the gears do for you as a mechanical engineer designing this locomotive? It's just kind of interesting and weird at the same time. Just kind of confounds me. And this doesn't even have a funny funnel. Instead, it has a funny sand dome, or at least what I think is a sand dome, because there's this pipe that's going down to here to deposit sand. And let's see, Derail Studios at it again with more dumb photoshops. That one's really tiny. That one's mid. And this one's a recreation of something from earlier, I think. I'm not sure if I can put my finger on it. But yeah, it's definitely cursed. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Why is the boiler so high off the ground? Why does it need steps to get into the cab? And last of all, who thought this was a good idea and approved it every step of the way? I don't care if it's OSHA compliant because it's got handrails everywhere. It's just completely bonkers how they designed all of this. And it looks like this is from Asia, if these characters are to be any sort of indication as to where this locomotive is. It's just one of the craziest 10-wheelers I've seen. And that's saying a lot, considering all the other crazy 10-wheelers we've seen in previous streams. But what's the story behind this? Okay, so I found a little corner on the internet known as the O-Gauge Railroading Online Forum, which we are very familiar with if you've seen some of my previous streams, or if you just known me personally for like the last 10 years. Not that I really talked about that forum because there's hardly anything useful at this point because everybody's moved to Facebook or Reddit. Anyway, and they had a thread there called "Would you buy a model of this?" It's a bit old and has 12 pages. It was abandoned in 2019 in favor of a new thread that has not seen as much action. I am saying all this, as it'll be part of a series to seek out unique cursed odd blurs trains from less traversed parts of the internet. Starting below is the first. And if you thought Russian trucks with decks raised high off the ground were ugly, let me tell you the next step up from Russia. Oh, so those aren't Russian characters. I thought... They don't look like Cyrillic to me. Anyway, taken from the translated Russian Wikipedia page for the locomotive class. Nickname Kukushka. A Russian passenger steam locomotive produced from 1911 to 1914. It was created on the basis on the locomotive of the K series, in comparison with which the steam boiler was strengthened and the diameter of the driving wheels was increased. It had the highest boiler height of all pre-revolutionary steam locomotives. The height of the boiler axis above the rails is 3,200 millimeters, which is really tall, and I don't know why anybody would do that. It's just going to create so much more drag. I think we've seen this post before in the past, but it's just a giant steam locomotive slash airship or battleship carrier for some reason. But it's the kind of thing that makes me ask, what the is a kilometer, whilst shouting into the heavens and firing multiple rounds of ammunition. Anyway, you are concerned that you've known me since you were 7. To be honest, I don't think that's the end of the world, to be honest. What I think is concerning is that... what's concerning is that that was such a long time ago. Presumably, because I think you did say you were 14 at one point. Either that or somebody else did. I don't know what's going on here, but I think it's more Roblox shenanigans here. Looks like they're just clipping into the back rooms. I didn't think there'd be a station there, but okay. Oh, and not this one again. Where he says, "Where are your coaches?" and he flips his face smoke box around. But he says, "But where are your coaches?" And then he just turns his face around. Anyway, logging locos be wild. Yeah, I think we've seen this one before in the past. Super cursed. And then there's this atrocity. I think we've seen this one too. Here's a different angle. And then there's this atrocity, which is super tiny. You think a cone will stop a train? Probably not, but if that sighting is any indication, or at least what's functionally a sighting at this point, looks like no one's going to be on this track anytime soon, considering it's half buried. Like, I don't know where to begin with this statement. I mean, with this image. This one, though, this looks like a 10-wheeler that got downgraded into a Mogul 260, which is cursed in its own right. But yeah, this is super duper yikes. With a funny funnel and everything. Another entry from the O-Gauge forums, also a repost. Hackhorse valve gear on a 210-2 locomotive. What on earth is that kind of valve gear? I don't think I've seen anything like this before, but I can see clearly how it works. It's kind of positioned concentric. Lever arm here is in a different position than I'd see on a Volshirt's valve gear. Half a mallard. Oh no. Oh, what happened here? Must be left over from the bombings of the UK by the Luftwaffe in the Second World War. I wasn't expecting this to happen, but it's just all sorts of wrong. Just all sorts of wrong here. Like, I am at a loss for words. But we lost a piece of history that day. Entry 3 of the O-Gauge Railroad Online Forums. Would you buy a model of this thread? A flat car with a Godzilla diorama. This one looks like it was a custom passion project. But it's on a Lionel flatbed car. Let's zoom out a bit. Kind of just take this bolt, take this bolt right on in. Just kind of soak it up one little bit at a time. We got ourselves a downed police helicopter. We got Godzilla here. We got an N-scale passenger combine car on a railroad crossing. And non-period style military equipment over here. But yeah, this is super weird. Unless this is HO scale, but for the diorama. But I guess that's a story for another day. 4th grade drawing of the Polar Express. Yeah, it definitely shows. I knew it was bad, but it wasn't this bad when it came to drawing things. Yeah, definitely not lying. No cap, definitely half a mallard. Or at least I should say an A4 to be more precise. Most Pointless 462. Originally Milwaukee Road locos. Oh!
The Milwaukee Road.
That's what I'm talking about. They were built as cross compounds, the worst type of high-speed passenger locomotives, as they were utter failures and sold to the ACL, where they were converted to simple expansion, where after 10 years they lost the trailing wheels. Also note the massive height difference between the loco cab and the tender deck. Oh yeah, that is weird. Why would they do this? This serves no practical purpose to have these trailing wheels here. You want to get as much of that weight of the firebox and the boiler onto the driver wheels as possible, and not have it spread out any further. But I may have to look into that a bit further. But as for me, it looks like that is the end of the posts. So that means we're going to have to make our own submission like we do because we ended early. And my idea of that is to look at this page for Tasmanian Railways, because we know we got the ZP class here for the Tasrail, but we have so many other things from Tasmania. And there's a bunch of websites associated with it as well. So I'm just gonna whip open these tabs here. This one's from the web archive. the Launceston or Launceston Tramway Museum. Tram rides, opening hours, blog. Let's try the About section. That might have something useful. Our story. Home. Blog. Maybe the blog will tell us something. This tiny little mover. This is a funny little goober. I'd open it in a new tab. Watch the video posted by the 2 Hour Circle and Beyond Lancaster thingamajig. Stupid ads. But yeah, these are the streetcars. But it's not giving me much to go off of, sadly. May I be able to play something? Possibly, but I would rather not at this hour, because if I were, I'm not sure what I would do, what I would play. But let's see. Don River Railway, Ticket to Fun, restorations. Stop going to events. I want to see restorations, please. Museum, tickets, events, group bookings, your restorations. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. That is gaudy, is. Like, what? And there's all these rail cars being restored, which is really nice to see. But I want to see your locomotives. Please. If you would be so kind. Dear website. Two Tracks Function Center. Please tell me you got some images here. Weddings. I don't care about that. Just let me see your dang trains. What kind of train website for a train railway museum would not have images of gosh darn trains? Sheffield Steam Heritage Center of Tasmania. Got a bunch of steam stuff here. Hopefully. Hopefully. Ooh, the miniature railway. And Model Club. Ooh, let's see. Our projects. So these are the things that they're working for. Ruston Restoration, Hunslet Restoration coming soon. Timber Heritage Railway coming soon. The Skagit Crane. Last surviving 55-ton long log loading crane in Australia. Station restorations and a bunch of other stuff. I feel like there's a bit of a missed opportunity here. Just gonna open this in a new tab. There's a cute little engine there. The Blurse little boy. And they've got some extra track laying over here. And for some reason, they have a foundation that has wood on it for some reason. Am I able to tap this? Ooh, there's more images. Oh, that's supposed to be a trestle. Trestle, 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 trestle. Switches. Yeah, that's nothing very eccentric. Though I do find it weird that there's North American Railway models over here and in an Australian Railway Museum, you know? Wee Georgie Wood. Now this is what I'm talking about. The wee Georgie wood. Now these are the kinds of locomotives I want to see. Unfortunately, they don't look too exceptionally eccentric enough for my taste. Let's see, Wilderness Railway, Discover, Railway Museum, Explore the Attractions, Rainforest Track, Tracks Cafe, Tracks Point Cafe, Gift Shop, Rolling Stock, Meet Our Heritage Diesels, and Rolling Stock Steam Engines. 3 of the 5 original steam trains imported from Glasgow for the railway are in operation, but they don't give details. Now that is a velocipede I was not expecting. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Derwent Railway. Let's see, history collection, that's what I want. Locomotives, that's where we're heading to. Not sure if this is exceptionally weird enough. It's just the mechanical. Come on, I gotta have some cursed trains here. I guess the wheel arrangement's kind of weird on this one, but I'm not sure if it's something to write home about. Transport Museum, exhibits, rail exhibits, locomotives, let's explore that. M5, H1, and the 1653. Ooh, a climax locomotive in Tasmania. That's interesting. And then there's this little guy here, the X1 by the Vulcan Foundry of England. The first of 32. 32? Still the wrong button. But 32? Why would they need so many of those? Locomotives entered into service, becoming Australia's first mainline diesel. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. What I want to look at is this, the vertical boiler, built by the Markham Company in Chesterfield, England. Okay, so they didn't make 32 of these. They made 32 of these, which look weird in their own right. And then there's the Y4, the ZA6. Oh yeah, this is a cursed image. But it's super tiny, unfortunately. Need to have better images than that. Oh wait, let's go back to the bottom again. Yeah, it's just a weird. Click on the link. Here, no, that's not what I want. That's just from the move. This is from a website that doesn't exist anymore. I think someone already posted this, so I'm gonna have to keep looking for something else that's cursed. Silk Road. Tasmania, Australia. But yeah, there should be some useful tidbits here. But I guess not. But yeah. Steam engines, choice of carriage, museum, getting there by car. So where was that tab that I had? Heritage Diesels. Oh wait, this is the wrong website. This is the site I want. Where is it? I've completely lost track again. No pun intended. I will still play Pokemon. I'm just waiting for the DLC to come out. So I just need to copy this image and just find it again. I think this will be faster than going through my browsing history. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Got some... Okay, so this was the website I was looking for, but I know that there are more images in the Discover section. Explore, train ride, gift shop, rolling stock, steam engines, choice of carriage, museum. Could have swore there would have been... Let's see. Never underestimate how wild Tasmania is. Weather. Getting here. Could have swore that there were more images around here. Like, wasn't there a tab around here somewhere? Main menu. Tours, attractions, facilities. I guess I'll bounce back there again. Cafe, gift shop, rolling stock. So these are the diesels. But where are the steamers? That's a big yikes for me. This may be cursed. But it's a restoration, so I can't knock them for trying. But it looks like there may be some other more cursed things over here. But let's go back to... I can't open this image in a new tab. Let's bounce back to home. Blog. 2-hour circle. No, that's not what I want. Open in new tab. Open image in new tab. That's what I want. So yeah, this is probably where I want to go. Meanwhile, in Tasmania, so let's see. Copy this image. Paste it here. So I've got that. I'm just gonna close this tab. I'm gonna copy this image. I really wish that that Discord would let us have annotations for images, so that you could click an image, zoom in, and it'll tell you a little blurb about it. But that's not a feature yet. Let's see, Twinkle's top picks. Yeah, that doesn't really do anything for me. Tramway Museum. So there were more things that were kind of weird around here. Like this, not that. One of these. Heritage operators. Actually, let's see the original image. Copy that. Slap that bad boy right there. Let's see if there's any other weirdos we can find. This is just a station with a roundhouse. Which, nice, but not cursed. Now this rail bus, this is what gives me the big yikes. The DP class rail motor. Run by the Tasmanian government railways. 8 were preserved. Just gonna copy this. Paste it here. Just gonna scoot this over here so that it's a little easier to work with. X class. I don't know how anybody's able to see at the end of these things. So I'm just gonna punch in for X class, and there should be some images. Let's get some details, please. No higher resolution available. Is this zoomed in? This is zoomed in. Let's reset. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to be in its original resolution, which is unfortunate. So I guess we'll just backtrack. The Tasrail container train. Yeah, I guess it's a little weird enough. Just copy this image. Slap it down here. Any other Tasmanian railway tidbits I should know about? They use Irish gauge. Interesting. Trains no longer operate out of Hobart. Principal branch lines. Operators, Tasmanian Government Railways. I should be able to see some images here. I would hope they'd have some images here. Like the Z class. But that's really small. So Steam. Pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Cannot be reached because the IP address was not found. Bugger. By Emu Railway. Earlier line of the West Coast Tasmania were independent of the main Tasmanian railway system when built, but most connected to the Emu Bay Railway. Oh, another project about recyclable stuff? I totally understand that. I'll try to wrap this up as soon as I can. See, operators. I just need some more images of some weird stuff, please. That's not weird enough. Let's... Ooh, I should probably try their website. Maybe I'll find something goofy over there. But this is really goofy looking. Not sure if it's goofy looking enough, but Will I stream tomorrow? Probably not. I'm still editing a bunch of stuff and still catching up, unfortunately. But yeah, it looks like there's not much for Tazrail, like I would have hoped. So oh, railway accidents. I hadn't thought of looking those up, but I'm not sure if that's something I want to look up anyway. You shouldn't lose your membership. It should last all month into December 14th. What's this one? If it'll load for me. This is some more Tazrail stuff. I think we already got one of these. Is there anything else? What about this? Just Steam and Diesel Railway. Photo album Australia. It's gotta be weirder. It's gotta be weirder. But then again, this is kind of tiny. So I guess I can give it a shot. Ooh, it's a big image. But it doesn't exactly detail how small it is. So let's hop over to this website. It should... Ooh, it's got some more useful information here. I completely forgot I should be looking up the different classes of locomotives from Tazrail. Cab interior, exterior. But yeah, this... Does this have the right angle to it? Y-class doesn't look goofy enough. We'll go to the next one. With one of the weirdest looking cabs that I've seen in some time. Just copy. Wait a minute. Oh no, that's a rail car in front of the locomotive. I need a better image than that. There is that image. Let's keep looking. Oh, there's only 2 images here. But there is this, I guess. I thought there'd be more images, but I guess not. I really need to do this locomotive justice, though, and I don't think I can. Let's see, miscellaneous Taz logos. Maybe this is where it's at. Ruston 2. Okay, okay. Okay, so. Do I have all the images I wanted? No, I do not. But there is some more things to be had. Because there was that tiny little shunter. Not this one, but definitely something to take a look at. And then there's the Fowler. And then the timber tank. Which is just a climax logging locomotive. Now, where was it? I just saw this. Railroad pictures. There should be more of these. More images of this. I do distinctly remember seeing it somewhere. Was it up here? Gonna look at this. Miscellaneous logos. The ZPZR class. Z class, Y class, X class. U class. Here it is. Oh no. Oh no. They look how they massacred my boy. But yeah, tiny shunter. Actually, no. I want to copy this image. Copy image. Paste. Just close that out. And this. And this. Close this too. Ooh, yeah, that does look kind of weird, doesn't it? Copy. Paste. And then we're going to copy this image. If I hadn't already. Did I copy? Yeah, I already pasted that image. What I needed was that other image of the U3. Now just a kid's playground item at the last U class to be withdrawn. Sits in the Lancaston City Park. Copy image. Paste. Okay, so do I have all the necessary? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are there any other weirdos out here? TR class. Those are the ones I've come to associate with Tasmanian Rail for one reason or another. From all the other images I've been browsing through. Just gonna whip these open, see if there's anything useful. Already been here. Now this may or may not be the one. But what I need is an image like this to show how tiny this little porthole window is. Just slap that bad boy there. And then there was the Z class, which I thought there'd be more images and it'd look a little bit more cursed, but I guess not. And do I have this one? Yes, I do. So I guess to wrap things up, I will post... Where was that tiny little logo? It was in this image. Unless there's a better one, which there very well may be. Just $2 a ride. Oh yeah, this one's super tiny. Super tiny miniature railway. And then we can just bounce back to where we started. With this image here. Oh gosh, that image is so tiny. Gonna have to stick it back in Google image search to find hopefully a better resolution of this, or not. Because I know it's going to be around here somewhere. This tiny little shunter. Or not. Maybe it's just not there. And this image is super small, and this image is super small. Now this image is half decent sized. I just wish that they had better images. Because these are not cutting it. Yeah, okay. Copy image. Paste image. Okay, I think that's 10 per 10. If I'm not mistaken. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I can just sneak these all away with little spoilers. Okay. That should be it. Excellent. There we go. So, I think that should wrap it up for this evening. I will see you next week on Tuesday for another Train Tuesday. So, thank you all for watching, of course. I will see you in the next stream, of course. And until then, take care, stay awesome, stay true to yourself, and remember to never give up. And, of course, go ahead and submit your own curse trains while you're at it at the Discord as well. So, yeah. Bye, everybody. Oh, wrong button.